attended the Celebration Bowl. He also was there during the pro day at Jackson State. I'm here to tell you guys why the NFL hates Deion Sanders and colluded against him. It's many different reasons. Almost every reasons are correct. But one of the main ones was because Roger Goodell had his feelings hurt. The entire Goodell family had their feelings hurt. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to show you Roger Goodell's nephew right here. As you can see, this guy played for Jackson State, but maybe not played at an up level as Shiloh, Travis Hunter, SHEDEUR, or many of the other players. So let's get a breakdown to who this nephew really is.
Did you know NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell has a nephew who plays for the Jackson State Tigers? His name is Charlton Goodell. Charlton Goodell is one of the commissioner's younger brother's adopted kids. Charlton is a sophomore at Jackson State University and is a squad player for the HBCU team. With Deion Sanders going to the Colorado Buffaloes this offseason, does Charlton Goodell transfer to Colorado as well? Does he stay with Jackson State? Let us know what you think down below.
Did you hear the young man who was commentary towards the video? He asked, does Charlton Goodell stays at Jackson State or does he leave with Deion Sanders? Remember that part as we go along with this video. That lies everything, and it told us what we needed to hear. Jealousy and envy and ungratitude towards Coach Prime, because Charlton Goodell never had the talent to even be at an HBCU. A lot of people think HBCUs are just throwaway schools. It don't matter who you are, you're going to get the start, because I guess you think HBCUs got scrubs, but real NFL scouts have always said HBCUs were more prevalent than Division IIs and Division I. We've seen the talent from HBCUs that excelled in the NFL, but Charlton Goodell was merely the real nepotism baby, the real guy that actually got allowed on these universities and campus because who his family is. Now, I'm not here to attack anybody, and I got nothing but more receipts. I love the Goodell family. I've been to those adoption agencies during my military day for fallen comrade soldiers. I'm not going to get into that. And I've seen so many melanated kids, and even white kids, Spanish kids, Asian kids. They need a home. They need families. They need friends. And any parent or personnel that's willing to adopt these kids, you have my heart for all my life. But I'm not going to give props to Roger Goodell. It was his baby little brother who did it. And by the way, happy birthday to my little brother whose birthday is today. We love you, Mike. Now let's move forward with these articles. So you can see the Celebration Bowl, and you guys can pause and read this receipt. When Roger Goodell nephew attended there, you guys seen all the energy around him, and ESPN even was in love with this story. You've seen when they used to have the cameras around Coach Prime. They barely have the cameras now on Deion Sanders unless Colorado is playing a football game, meaning that they don't care about all the other things off fields or on fields going on with Colorado. But if we show their games, the ratings are going to be high so we can get money out of it. But we're not going to sell the feel-good story anymore because Coach Prime upsetted a lot of people who didn't want him to go against the grain. Now let's move forward. Let's move forward when Uncle Nilly actually spoke to your guy Roger Goodell during the pregame and during the Celebration Bowl.
HBCU Jackson State team, and look forward to seeing him. And Prime has always been not just one of my heroes, but one of the guys I always look to for good guidance.
With the spotlight that's been on HBCUs because of Coach Prime and he's really going to now Power 5, do you see the NFL and the ownerships and the scouts looking deeper and deeper at this level of talent?
Absolutely. Before I could even get halfway around the field, I ran into 3 scouts. And so, you know, they're paying attention. And there's a lot of talent in the HBCUs, a lot of them on this field today. And that's great for football, but it's also great for these young kids.
Did you notice the humble beginnings? All these NFL personnels all around enamored through Deion Sanders present. Like Joe Klatt said, well, Joe Klatt, you're a step in fetching too, because one minute you love Coach Prime and SHEDEUR don't go where he needs to go, you pretend all of a sudden SHEDEUR was never a high pick. But I still love you, Joe Klatt, and you were correct. The Prime effect. You either hate Deion Sanders with all your guts or you love him with all your might. But Roger Goodell, if you watch the video, he said Deion Sanders was his hero. He loves the good guys and look for the good guys. And in the same breath, he said, we need to go to HBCUs. Remember that when they had a whole HBCU things and NFL needs to pay attention more, all the scouts were in love. Remember, you just heard Roger Goodell. I talked to 3 scouts who are all interested on those Jackson State players until they transfer to Colorado and try to get drafted. Almost every single player who wasn't named Travis Hunter, which he was a generational talent, and now they're actually bombshelling Travis Hunter and saying he better play one position, but that's another video. But all these scouts hyped up the Jackson State players, and then when the Colorado thing happened, all the tremendous talent at Colorado were drafted low in the draft, from LaJohntay Wester, Shepard didn't even get drafted, all the way to Shiloh being a present, Shiloh game that's built for the NFL, Jimmy Horn Jr., who's supposed to be a late first round and second round pick with that immense talent. Do not take it away and negate it because of injuries. It was one injury and he's not really injury prone. We know why a lot of Colorado players fell in the draft, the association with Deion Sanders and the whole Nephew situation. Let's keep exposing this. I told you guys, I'm not playing. Season begins around September 12th. I just got started. Now let's go more into
of the break. Meanwhile,
this
if
is
you're
the
just
Nephew.
tuning in,
You see
Commissioner,
it?
hugs, love.
I personally feel Roger Goodell doesn't have this great heart. I believe the Goodell family are wonderful, but I don't look at Roger Goodell the same way. See, his brother is a great-hearted human being. His brother cares about everybody, including us brothers and sisters. His brother even named his adopted son after Roger Goodell's father. So you're going to think that it's Roger Goodell with this heart, this great love. But look what they did to Kaepernick and many other melanated quarterbacks. He's part of the system. He's adorned by all these owners, meaning he works for the owners. He do what they say. He's their stepping fetching. And we're going to continue because look at this Nephew situation where ESPN was in love with this story. White guy who has an adopted son, but that's not his son, that's his nephew. If it was up to Roger Goodell whether on his brother should adopt this guy, I personally feel, based on your face card being your business card, what an elder taught me, I believe Roger Goodell wouldn't approve of Charlton Goodell being adopted by his little brother. Now let's move forward with the articles. You guys can pause it because I only give you receipts and I cite my sources. That's what you have to do to be relevant. You can see all these articles that were going brazy for the nephew, trying to make this liberal love. And we know when you hear the word liberal, that's a nightmare to anything with my complexion. They do not like us. I'd rather you be conservative and you be blunt with me on your liking of me or not. Even if you're a racist, I can respect that more than someone who comes with a liberal mindset and a crocodile smile. They have always been far worse for us. If you can't see the collusion, you can't see the personal feelings involved in here, then you don't understand. Coach Prime had to talk to Roger Goodell, and you can see he tried to gratiate himself by letting Roger Goodell know that Shiloh is great friends with your nephew, Charlton Goodell. Pay attention.
I wanted him to come and come wrong with you. Tell man that the boy said, I wanted him to come and come wrong with you. Shalom. Who's your favorite teammate? He loves Charlie.
Congratulations, man. Why are you saying one of them? I think
You see the way Roger Goodell was loving the Sanders family? And when somebody, man or woman, touch you extra like that, there's nothing zesty about it. That's love. That's energy of, man, we need you in our organization. You seen the love. What happened? I can tell you what happened. Remember earlier in the video when you heard the young man breaking down the commentary of Shiloh, Charlton, aka Charlie Goodell, because that's his real name, Charlie Goodell, after Roger Goodell's father. Remember, the young man broke it down and said, will he go to Colorado in the Power 5 with Coach Prime? Well, let's break it down. See, Charlie Charlton Goodell was never a great athlete. He went to IMG Academy, but IMG Academy has two different football teams, the actual school football team and then the actual real talents who come from different parts of the country. And Charlie Goodell was never living up to expectation. He was what you call a nepotism baby. You know how you guys disrespect Bronny James, who actually has talent, who survived a heart condition? Well, Charlie Goodell never lived up to that level. In fact, he was redshirt in 2021 and did not play. You think that had good standing with Roger Goodell? No, it didn't. Not only that, Charlie never got to go to Boulder, Colorado with your guy, Deion Sanders. Now, I'm not going to lie to you guys and pretend I know why he didn't go to Colorado. I'm not going to even force you guys to believe that it was Deion's decision not to get him. But I personally believe this man never had the talent to go to the Power 5, and that said something in Roger Goodell. Now, there are deeper issues that made the NFL not like Deion Sanders to embarrass and humble SHEDEUR as if he needed humbling. That's a great character, young man. But there are other things I've been exposing as well, but this is exactly one of them. And if you don't believe it, you need to just unsubscribe and just kick rocks, because you don't have this level of contrition towards the haters, but you have it towards people who actually provide receipts. Meanwhile, ESPN and Fox Sports and NBC, they have all these non-credible sources that you never exude your energy to question them. Where is this proof? Meanwhile, I'm gonna keep showing you proof after proof. Let's continue. Remember when the fans found out about this reaction? The fans couldn't believe Roger Goodell had a black nephew, because we've always seen who Roger Goodell was. We've seen how he felt about melanated brothers. I mean, actions speak louder than words. I've always believed that. The military taught me that. My father and mother taught me that. My community taught me that. And the struggle and plight of folks who look like me have always taught me actions speak louder than words. If I didn't actually become who I am, I'll just be your favorite YouTubers. I don't want to be your favorite YouTuber. I want to be your family member, your brother, your uncle, your mentor, your OG, because I am an OG. Because at least if I'm that, you'll hate me on a Monday, but you'll love me on a Tuesday, because I tell you the medicines that you need to become stronger. Like, my mom and dad piss me off sometimes, but I love them unconditionally, and that's what I want to get from my supporters. Now, let's go deeper on his nephew. Now, a lot of people was astonished that this is his nephew, and Roger Goodell, I feel, is using his nephew for public publicity against former and future lawsuits, you know, with the Kaepernick situation. So he went on Emmanuel Aiko. You know, Emmanuel Aiko, he's not one of us. He definitely cosplay as a brother. I really stand on that. He is not one of us. They're not like us. Salute to Kendrick Lamar and the Fresh Coast and TDE family. But let's go to Roger Goodell speaking to the Step and Fetch and Emmanuel Aiko. And thank God good. Thank God Emmanuel got fired. I don't feel any bad for anybody. And I'm about to expose Chase Daniels from FS1. The only one I liked at FS1 was LaShawn McCord. Shout out to my brother. Other than that, this is Roger Goodell using his nephew for liberal talking token points.
You told me something, which again, I hope it's okay that I can share. You told me on the phone, you said, that scene made me realize I have to have conversations with my black nephew. I didn't even realize you had a black nephew. What kind of conversations are you referring to?
Well, I don't look at him as a black nephew. I look at him as my nephew.
Yeah.
He's named after my father, Charlie Goodell. And it's my youngest brother, and he actually has adopted 2 other kids. And I just look at him as my nephew.
Yeah.
And so I didn't think about, does he have that fear when he's walking out? And does he really think that he's in danger every time he walks outside of the building?
Does that worry you? The fact that...
Yeah. No, when I hear, you know, and we see it, right? We see it playing out on television. So it's not, this isn't just some made up fear. We're seeing it play out.
You told me something which again,
So he sees the fear that his nephew has to go through. So why not defend SHEDEUR, Kaepernick, and many other players? And if you don't believe me, this is some liberal crap he's trying to do to placate towards a certain narrative. Listen to this next question Emmanuel Aiko asks him, and listen to the response and answer from the one they call Roger Goodell.
Lastly, I guess, what would you say is your commitment to NFL players, specifically pertaining to social injustice? What is your commitment going forward?
To use our platform to do more as Roger Goodell as an individual and as commissioner, for our league to do more, to support them in that effort, and to help try to find real solutions and real change and not give up on that.
Yeah.
You know, as I said earlier, it's not going to get resolved overnight. It's not going to get done by the end of the 2020 season. I believe the NFL's best days are ahead of it by a long shot.
Lastly, I guess, what?
So he believes the NFL best days are ahead of themselves by a long shot. And he's correct about a long shot because look at SHEDEUR, what he had to go through and endure. The NFL collusion is very real, ladies and gentlemen. Don't come to Coach Bless One, because I'm a coach right now, coaching and teaching. Don't tell me I'm doing far too much. I think it's been years since I've been on YouTube day one. I've always provided receipts. I am the king of receipts, and I don't have to say I'm the king of receipts. I think my words cemented themselves, and I think my love for everybody, white folks, black folks, Spanish and Asians, I combat evil. I put the light on the darkness. Don't think I'm a professional Vic and I do too much. I think I'm a breath of fresh air, and I'm not waiting for people to tell me good job. I have kids to look up to and who also look up to me. I have to wake up knowing that I've done all I can to provide a better world for everybody, including my own and my own kids. So if you don't agree with what I say, just step out the way and go fetch. I'm gonna stand on business. I'm going to be DJ Bless One, the best one, and my heart can't be broken because it's open already with filled with love. That's it. I don't do this to be no one's enemy. I care about people. So you work hard. This is not about the views, because if that was the case, I'll have the same views your favorite YouTubers get, and I would have quit already based on only getting low views. So don't tell me I do it for the money and views. When my first 5 years on YouTube, I had 193 million views with no monetization. Don't compare me to your favorite step infections. I'm DJ Bless One, the best one, for a reason, and I will always expose those folks. We're not stopping. Our foot is not getting off the grass or the gas. Don't let that go over your head. The grass and the gas, you'll catch it. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm DJ Bless One, the best one. I will always tell you this is deeper than football, and this is bigger than football.
I've been broke so many times.